Alright, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Welcome to the NHK, episode 19. Okay, here we are. We have found the brother. We have seen the piles of boxes in the living room.
Yep.
Here we are.
Dropped off facade. Miss Kobayashi, the class rep, and...
all semblance of secrecy.
Yes, exactly, is gone. And now that they're in here, they might have to band together.
Yeah.
But will they be able to do anything that will amount to effective change? Because like she said, she might be too far... She might be too far in. She might be too deep into this.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
Oh boy.
What can you really do? If anything, it's a cool opportunity for the three of them to see what they can do to help her with the things that they've learned over the course of the last, 17, 18 episodes.
Right.
Of, this journey that they've been on. Not together the whole time, but they've all grown quite a bit.
Indeed.
And maybe there'll be some little bits of something that they can add to this that aren't wholly negative.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Y'all, without further ado, let's get into this.
What do you think the finale of this whole show is going to be?
Of this show?
Yeah. Because we're getting pretty close to it now.
I feel like this is a go read the manga kind of show.
Oh, yeah?
Because I don't see a holistic character arc ending for any of them anytime soon. And I feel like if they went to try and say like that any of them will solve like the majority of their problems in the next 5 episodes or whatever it is, that would feel really rushed to me.
Yeah, like the fact that they're spending this many episodes on our good old pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what it'll be primarily is that both Misaki and Sato will reach an understanding together about their own dysfunctions.
Sure.
And just, take on the next day, acknowledging that they both have a lot of problems.
Sure.
And that humility might be just the first step they need to take. But it will probably be, around the end of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Yeah. Yeah, because they see him. Yeah. Wow. The way making the animation really jittery and low.
Yep.
Low frame rate basically. I hope he's attacking the room, not her.
I think he is, given how she's responding.
Yeah.
But
holy crap. Is it just me or is the art like really... Yeah. What's going on with the art? Well, yeah. Yeah. You see, now the art's back kind of a little bit there. Yeah. Wow, that's a dick move.
Yep. Oh man.
Jeez.
Wow.
Yeah.
お兄ちゃんは私より2年早く東京に出てきたの。私も東京の大学に合格して、一緒に住むことになったんだけど。
Oh.
And ended up just enabling.
And she did it all.
Jeez.
Wow. Yeah. It doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
Can you leave them like this though? I mean sociophobia, hikikomori, what the family can do. Oh. Whoa.
Yeah, he probably hasn't wanted to talk to anybody in a long time.
Yeah, this is a rare thing.
Oh.
Oh, in the game. Yeah. This is a good step. Cool, yeah, let's see it in the game environment and everything, yep. This is where the bonds are truly forged in MMOs. A quiet moment looking over a 3D environment. Yeah, look at reality, yeah. Oh my god. What the hell?
Jeez.
I just don't want to do it. It's hard. Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Okay.
Wow, this is good.
It will happen.
This applies to so many things.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Wow, yeah. Nice. Oh, no. No. I mean, there's the immediate thing of the logging out of the game directly.
Right.
But don't log out of life, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Don't log out of reality.
Well, or maybe log out of your hikikomori life, you know?
Because he had to face reality. He looked at it. Yeah. Jesus. Going straight to the arrow gay. Oh my god.
Oh, if they wanted to do something really... Okay.
Sato. Just like... Genius. We get them to replay over and over and over again. Hey! The way he turned, he's like, what do you think the reason is for that? That was amazing! Oh, time skip! More than a few kilobytes! So he's written about 50 words, you know? Oh, his door is open. Yeah, for her, yeah. Oh my god. Jeez. Oh, she is going all out.
Yeah. That's not cheap.
No. Just getting you good fish. Hey.
Sato.
Still. Thank her. Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Oh.
マウスロード本社に東京地検の家宅捜索が入りました。
Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow.
Wait. So would this actually help or would this be worse?
Oh, jeez.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Whoa.
Holy crap. Okay.
お兄ちゃん。お兄ちゃん。
Yeah.
お兄ちゃん。
だから
I'm worried, Jacob.
ここでのヒロインの感情ラインがおかしいって言ってるんです。
もしもし。うん。俺だけど。え？マジで？ドロドロさんが。
Okay, good. He's just missing.
Yeah.
For now, that's.
他の心当たりは全部当たってみたわよ。
This could either be very bad or very good.
Yeah, yeah.
もしメールとか来たら教えてちょうだい。
Oh. This is worrying.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah!
Wait, no way.
Yeah!
Wait. He's a delivery guy for
Okay.
a food place? Oh, awesome.
And that'll get him back in shape and like
でも初めてこの店に来た時にさ、まるで夢みたい
Oh, this is reminding me of Hinamatsuri.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
just such a simple thing, and he's out there actually. Okay,
Yep.
it is. It's just the perspective. It looks like it's not
Yeah.
landing on her. Wow.
Okay.
That was really good.
Yeah.
I was very worried for a second there because they showed the bathtub, and
But
I
the
was like,
the room looked a little bit cleaner than usual. So I was optimistic.
Right, which meant he had been doing this for a while,
Mhm.
and when he came back to there, he had probably smelled how good it was at the restaurant.
Right.
And he's like, "Hey, that's
Yeah.
different than how it is here."
Mhm.
Because that's the other thing that's weird. When you've been on the MMO binge for 6 months to a year, your room smells really bad, but you don't know how bad it smells because you
Yeah.
don't smell anything different.
Yep. Mhm.
But then you go outside and you're like, "Oh, this is fresh. What is
Yeah.
this?" And you go back in your room and you're like, "But what the heck? It was something as simple as his base need to survive to eat,
Yeah.
and she just needed to leave for a little bit to force
Right.
him to move. And he did what he had to do.
Yep.
Now just hope for her that she can bounce back from this."
Right. And,
And she
will.
should be able to.
She will, because she's been a fighter this whole time. So now she just needs to keep
Right.
doing what she's doing, just
Uh-huh.
not exactly what she was doing.
Yes. But in a lot of ways,
In a lot of ways, she was doing that because she was desperate because of her brother's situation. Now that he's doing better, she will probably too.
exactly. And Mouse Road is done, so
That helps
she can't
too,
even
yeah.
do it with them if she wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Okay.
Happy ending.
Yeah, and
And
All right.
in some ways, it marks the end for their
yeah,
their whole struggle here.
yeah,
She should be able to find work eventually.
Mhm.
She has debts. They'll scrape by barely,
Mm-hmm.
probably for a long time.
yep,
But he'll cover at least for his own expenses.
right.
He might fall back into online games eventually.
But,
But who knows? If he
I don't
develops
think
this
so, though.
pattern enough,
yeah,
he might even be able to have a healthy relationship with it.
Yep.
And that
Yep.
would be a cool thing for them to do, is like at the end of the show or something like that,
Mhm.
they like, reconnect or something like that. And he's like, "Yeah, you want to play some, what was that? Whatever that MMO was called?"
Right.
He's like, "No, I've given up on that." He's like, oh, no, don't worry. I kind of have too. I play like 2 hours a night,
right.
or maybe like 2 or
Yeah,
3 hours every other night.
play a bit on the weekend,
Play a bit on the weekend,
Yeah, yeah.
when I have time. And it's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
wait, what? You have a healthy relationship with online games? Nani?
What?
What?
Yeah, but
I'm working. Yeah.
the
And it'll be able to help Sato
yeah,
in that
yeah.
regard.
Well, and
Ah!
that's what's so great because he's
That would be cool.
He's a microcosm and a look into the future of how things are for Sato, right? But he's also a look into the future, right? And Sato hasn't had the issue of
Okay.
not being able to eat, right? Because
Right, he hasn't
Misaki is
had
still
it-
helping him out.
Yeah, he
you know,
hasn't had to be pushed to that
Right.
level of an extreme.
right? But for the brother, I would say that the reason why I'm not worried, and
Right.
I was a little bit worried when the room was empty, but I wasn't that worried, is because he basically stared death in the face. Like it's the oh god,
the bottom.
He hit the bottom.
Like when you hit the rock bottom and you bounce and you stop.
The only thing you can do is bounce, because you either stop there and splat.
Right.
But anything that is other than that will all be going into bouncing, and that's why because in some situations and whatever, if they hadn't properly developed and built up to the fact that he has hit rock bottom, like absolute rock bottom, I would say that the change in him, where he's all energetic at work and everything, I would say that would feel unearned, right?
Okay.
Like it would seem too sudden.
Starving is pretty
but starving is pretty motivational, right?
Yeah.
And the fact
that
he
went 3 days with no food.
Yep. And the fact that they talked about how at the beginning it was just I'll do anything for food, and now it's he's energetic about it, because there is something addicting about when you feel like you're making progress in your own life, right? When you're overcoming your own weaknesses, it is absolutely exhilarating.
And that's what MMOs and video games in general have as the pseudo kind of replacement of that feeling.
Exactly.
Is that since he was making no progress in life and he wasn't willing to face reality, he gets to escape to this world where he makes plenty of progress every day. All that emotional hit, that dopamine, and then when he finally realizes that his thing that pulls him out of reality, literally, his hunger, isn't being sated, he panics and just realizes, I need to get it now, otherwise I'm gonna die. So he drags himself, collapses in a desperation. I think it's beautiful in a lot of ways that it all worked out, because one of the things that I think shows like this can sometimes fall into is a little bit of the nihilistic trap of that's how it is with everyone.
Sure.
But there are legitimately good people out there in the world. And while they definitely have their selfishnesses and their insecurities and what have you, there are people that when someone comes to them and throws themselves at their feet in desperation and being like, please just have mercy on me, please just help, please, they'll do something.
Yeah.
And sometimes that something is not just the, okay, here you go, goodbye.
Right.
It's the
thoughts and prayers.
Yeah. It's the come inside, let us take you in.
Yeah, we'll get you a job. Yeah.
Because in that moment of pure desperation, they're actually able to receive. And then the other thing that can get a little bit depressing is that a lot of times this doesn't happen, where they are able to fall out of patterns and able to make a positive change. A lot of times it ends up with them just regressing back into it after a week.
But when your ass is on fire, makes for some real good motivation.
But yeah, I hope for Kobayashi's sake that she'll be able to bounce back from this too.
Yeah, and I think she will be.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have also some hope for Sato and company now. They were able to get everything squared away with Mouse Road. That effective arc now is over.
Yeah, and they even have been getting back into making some progress on the game. Not as fast as Yamazaki would like.
A kilobyte.
Right, and granted, kilobyte, they're probably not working in Word docs. They're probably working in rich text documents at best. Probably more like just basic text files,
I mean, like, come on, Jacob.
Like,
come on.
Where kilobytes actually mean something.
I mean, any kind of text file.
Well, right. But when they have all the other formatting things and all that stuff in there, it really inflates things and whatnot. But
I mean, when it comes down to it,
it's still a text file.
Text, but it's all kilobytes at that point.
Definitely. But I really like how they showcased that progress was being made, even if it wasn't a straight line, right? So Sato. Misaki still had to basically be like, come on, Sato, what do you say?
Hey,
would you prefer to be starving, And then he's like, thank you for the meal. It's like, okay, cool. All right. Progress.
Yeah. There is a little bit in Misaki that I really wonder whether or not she's starting, or I almost believe she is, but I wonder how much so. She's starting to learn the importance in her role of when she helps Sato versus doesn't help Sato.
Yes.
And I think that is something when she kind of looks at those books and stuff on the side, she's thinking like, ooh, I might need to get myself educated a little bit more.
Sure.
There are things that I probably don't know about regarding this, and I've been talking a lot as if I do know something because that makes me feel better because I have something on the person that's lower than me. Yeah, you might, just in case you really care about Sato, like, you don't have to do everything for him, but in that same way, what was probably coming to her mind as the, hey, this is probably the solution here. Like, I don't think she would have known immediately, like, hey, maybe you should not feed him his meals and see what happens, you know?
Right.
But I think she probably looked at this and went, oh, this situation she's in feels familiar, kind of. I should maybe reevaluate how I'm doing some of the things I'm doing. And then we have a time skip of 4 weeks. And there's a little bit more structure to the things that are going on, in that Sato was expecting her to be there.
Yeah.
But it was a thing of where she's not just giving it to him. She's like, hey, like, you know, Sato,
you're gonna say,
like,
thank you for the meal,
like,
you know,
like, think about what's happening here. Like, would you rather have this the way it is and have it continue, or would you rather be figuring this out yourself? Like, you know, you should acknowledge the help that's coming here. And as long as he's seeing that as a good thing, that leads towards a better connection between the two of them, but also him realizing that he does need help in order to actually do this properly. And
like, even when Yamazaki was, you know, chewing him out of like, come on, you know, like, yeah, I'm doing all this stuff for replayability because you haven't finished the script, right? He was still listening. yeah. He was still listening, right? He was paying attention, you know, and it seemed like something where even though he was having his own struggles and whatnot with actually getting it done and whatnot, and maybe his own quality assurance aspect of it. It was still something where he was leaning into it. So that's very important.
Very important. Yeah. And now we've got a new goal of sorts by separating ourselves from everything with regard to Mouse Road at the end of this episode here, and by talking about the thing that they've got going on in December, I believe it is.
Yes.
Because it's December like 12th, and it was like the 29th or something that they've got a special thing there. Jacob,
Christmas
I think you were
episode.
Right. We're getting a Christmas episode.
We can get a Christmas episode.
And you are bang on right, because now what's probably going to happen is they'll end the show around New Year's.
Sure.
And New Year, new beginnings, bringing things around, being like Sato being like reincarnated essentially as a person and as a citizen. And
Snow, fresh start, you know? I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Leads to some really sweet romantic moments potentially, and also some moments of honesty.
Yeah.
Some moments of vulnerability. And I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to that.
Me too.
That could be really cool. I don't actually have too much to discuss here because it was more wrapping up storylines.
Yeah.
But I liked the fact that they took a lot of the stereotypes of what it's like for a person who's stuck in a routine that's negative, and how it boils down simply to the fear of change.
Yeah.
When he had the conversation with the bigger brother, the older brother in the MMO, what I saw here that was rather cool was that he said he understood everything he needed to do, but he wouldn't do it. Why? Because of fear. This is what's so insidious about all this. There are so many people out there, y'all, that don't need another self-help book.
They could write one. They've read 200 of them.
Exactly. They don't need that. They need a little bit of something that beats their fear. You know what that is? That's love, y'all. That's sometimes a little bit of a tough love.
Sometimes a bigger fear.
Sometimes a bigger fear. That's true.
That can work too.
That's true.
And in a lot of ways, that was what worked here.
Right, but love doesn't enable.
Right. Yeah.
Love doesn't enable. Love is patient, yes, but love doesn't enable.
But love wants what's best. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, one of the things that's tough about love is that you care, you invest, and Kobayashi, Megumi, she cared quite a bit. But also another thing that she kind of needed to be able to do was not just take care of him, but take care of herself.
Right, because she wasn't doing that. And she was not doing that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then when she started to do that, oh no, she's not around to cover and coddle your every need. I don't know if she was literally going for a 2-for-1 thing there of thinking about that, but I think she was like, he'll be fine. In some ways, she needed to do that for her own sanity.
Well, and just to find a job. Yeah,
exactly. So she was out and about for 3 days, nonstop.
Well, and 3 days when he found out about it.
Well, 3. He said he had 3 days without a meal. So
no, right. But at that point, then he went out and did the change. The amount of time that it took for him to actually enact the change and go out and do the stuff while she was out there, it may have been the next day that she came back and he had made short work of everything.
I don't think so. I think you're right. I think she might have been gone for a week, or something like that, and it took him like it took him 3 days before he started to starve, essentially.
Exactly.
Starve. Yeah. But he was living a sedentary lifestyle. He doesn't need that much food. Yeah. So
and she said she was gone for a few days, so it probably wasn't anything more than a week, right? It's not like she was gone for 3 weeks or something. Right. But But
that desperation led to that. But that conversation in the MMO, what I really like about it is that you could interchange any situation someone's in with that.
Yep.
And the idea that a lot of people know exactly what they need to do.
Mm-hmm.
They will not do it because they're not just scared about the change itself.
Yeah.
They're scared about a lot of things. They're scared about what the change means. The change means that they have to work at something and they could fail at it a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a huge aspect of this, I know, for a lot of people. One of the things that they brought up here that was just a throwaway thing that I'm just going to add to tie into this here, was they brought in the fact that Misaki is giving Sato some really good food.
Yes.
And I was like, she's giving him some premium tuna there. Yeah. I mean, it's not probably it's probably affordable for her, but the thing is that
sashimi is expensive.
Like, she's making good meals for him, and she's specifically targeting it for nutritional benefits. And he's just like, yeah. But there's so many things that we do as people sometimes that are good routines that we don't acknowledge how important they are with these little incremental benefits. Yeah. So for someone that is in a bad place, sometimes one of the best things to do is to move a little bit in a small incremental direction so that they can move the rest of the way themselves.
Getting a good regular night's sleep.
Yep. I swear, most of mental... Okay, hold on. Before I make a broad sweeping statement.
Right, because generalizations are always wrong.
Exactly. One of my points I'm trying to make here is that there are a lot of little things that everyone knows that are good things to do.
Yep.
We just don't do them, either because we believe we can't do them.
Right.
We feel we can't do them. Or
self-hatred or whatever.
Because of whatever
all
reason.
Kinds of things, yeah.
But usually the amount of effort necessary in order to do the thing is actually a very tiny bit. And so I think actually the fact that he snapped out of this so quickly is because he understands exactly what he needs to do.
Right.
And it boiled down to, if I take all the things I learned, even in the remotest bit with the self-help books and all that, and just apply it a little bit.
Yeah.
Even in his laziness.
Sure.
Even in his laziness, it would help so much.
Yep. I'll bet you that he had even pre-planned that the kind of job he would want to get would be a delivery job, because you can get tips. You don't have to talk to people too much because you're just delivering it.
Yep.
And it's something that will make him exercise, right? To make it so that he's actually being active, not just standing around somewhere.
It's genius, because in some ways, while you might get some people at the doors of when you're delivering the stuff, they're like, what took you so long, or something like that. Right. A lot of people are just happy to see that their food is there.
Right.
So you get a lot of thank yous. I mean, maybe not as much, but you get a lot of tiny interactions.
And now that I mention it, sorry, I forgot tipping isn't a thing in Japan, but whatever.
Oh, right. Yeah.
In America, that'd be a great thing to do.
Yes, absolutely. And in fact, that's a huge moving industry right now with how mobile devices everything is getting.
It's huge.
That you can have all kinds of little things like that. But the conversation could have applied to a ton of different routines and stuff. The one that I most easily apply it to, because it affects a lot of people in my life here, is with regards to health.
Sure.
Physical health.
Yeah.
And mental health, I think, is the other big one but I think it's really
they go hand in hand.
They kind of go hand in hand in a lot of ways. Yeah. There's a lot of things out there that people know that they need to do in order to help out with their health regarding their mental health or their physical health.
Right.
We don't do them usually because it's scary to shift up your routine.
Yeah,
and it doesn't have to be something that's life-threatening like this guy. It could be something that's just as small as like, yeah, I should go to bed by 9.
Right. I should eat chicken instead of,
pizza.
Yeah. Right.
I should probably, drink a decent amount of water every day.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I literally fill this milk jug with water to remind myself how much water I need to drink every day.
Our job helps kind of enforce that because
yes, totally.
Lots of talking.
Totally. But there's a lot of little things that I wouldn't have done if I wasn't pushed into a situation like he was there where I needed something to change.
Right.
And even if it was just a little incremental change, it would end up paying huge dividends down the line because it became a pattern that was then ingrained into my life and everything everything in some ways kind of was shaped around that. Yeah. Not like it was some monumental thing like drinking half a gallon to a gallon of water every day, which is actually not necessarily a good thing to do every day depending on your body weight and size and what have you. But the point is...
half a gallon's plenty in a lot of cases.
Yeah. But the point is that these little things are scary sometimes. So I totally empathize with the kid here. Well, he's not a kid, but I totally empathize with the brother here.
Well, I like that distinction though of the I'm assuming the wife at the noodle place
the two
or whatever.
Owners,
the 2 owners. Which I have such a strong association with mom and pop shops.
Yes, we do.
Because our first job was at a mom and pop shop, and they're like our second set of grandparents.
They're amazing.
But the idea that she said the boy, and he's like, no, he's a grown man. He's a grown ass man, and she's like, well, you remember what he was like when he first came here?
He was like a ghost.
Yeah.
And emaciated.
But how quickly he was able to change.
Yeah.
Right? Because she wasn't gone that long. Right? And the idea that you're an amazing human being, right? Yeah. The human body in general is amazing. The human brain is amazing. And if you give it the right stuff, not just in the physical side, but also just in the mental and emotional side, awesome stuff can happen.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff will happen. It might take a while, but awesome stuff will happen. Mm-hmm. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, but please, if you resemble anything like the situation with the brother here, please don't wait until the last second.
Yeah.
There's a lot of strength you can get from in that final kind of push of strength there. But there's a lot of people that don't have a connection to anyone else. So they don't have a great sister who could be their support in case they collapse emotionally under the stress of trying to change everything all of a sudden because they hit rock bottom. Mm-hmm. And there have been times, I think, where a lot of people think they've hit rock bottom. And I don't want to be a downer here, but it usually can get a lot worse.
Yeah. It can always get worse.
I don't believe in rock bottom being the thing about this being the worst place possible.
But for you when you are at your end kind of thing.
Or no. It has nothing to do with measuring how bad it is. Mm-hmm. It means that reality clapped you upside the head because you hit something hard.
Right.
And it basically woke you up from that moment of going in a downward thing there. Because falling downward, I'm talking into metaphors here and what have you, it feels great.
Sure.
Once you get over
once you don't look down,
the sucking thing, as you're feeling in your gut or what have you, and if you fall for a long time,
you might
actually get enraptured in it.
Yeah, you might
enjoy
think
it.
You're flying for a bit.
Yeah.
Except you're flying in one direction very fast and it's gonna stop.
Yeah. And sometimes takes a long time to hit anything that makes you realize, wait a minute, which direction am I going? And then once you realize that, sometimes it's painful. And it doesn't necessarily bounce you back up like this guy. It just claps you all of a sudden. You're not ready for it.
Because when it comes right down to it, it's your choice. It's all of our choices, right? And the thing is that there are plenty of people that get clapped by life and they don't get back up because they don't think they can,
or because it literally claps them so hard it removes their ability to choose later.
Right, because that is very much a thing.
That is very much a thing.
Yeah, and that's why like because see his change here, it didn't start here. It started with those 200 self-help books that he read, trying to get to that place where he's thinking, come on, I gotta do this. Maybe I can do this.
Where do you think those books came from, too?
Oh, yeah,
Not from him.
Oh, sure.
From his sister.
Sure. Yeah, probably.
Because they were probably getting shoved in her face from Mouse Road, too. At least maybe like five of them.
Probably.
They're like, success! And blah, 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 blah.
Right. But the idea that it's something where the change happened in a day.
Right.
But that turning point, right?
The choice happened in a day.
Right. But in order to get to that place where he was able to make that choice, it took a lot of time and a lot of pain.
Yep.
If you can cut down on that in any way,
awesome.
Wonderful. Wonderful. And a lot of that comes from being honest with yourself about the situation that you're in, which sucks. It's tough. You don't want to do it.
Sometimes, personally, I was not able to do that usually. I needed someone else to come in and be like, your situation sucks. You should do something about that. And that's not fun to hear.
Oh, definitely.
That's really not fun to hear. And usually, they're not going to offer you a solution.
Right.
What it is just saying, like, you should do something about that. And then one of the things that I would do, usually, is I'd look at the whole situation and go, there's no way I can change all that. And I was right. I was absolutely right. But what I'd realize is that I could do a little thing.
Yeah.
And I didn't even have really much else I could do, or at least I felt like I could do. So when I was able to do the little thing, there was that feedback of, oh, that was kind of nice, you know.
I could do this.
I could do this, yes. And then it slowly started to move things in that direction. But it takes, I would say, a couple things that most people don't have the immediate, easy accessibility of. I would say it takes a support structure.
Sure.
Meaning a person that genuinely cares about you. Not everyone has that.
Yeah.
So try to make the choice to decide that while that person is still like the sister here, and someone that's still able to do something about it.
And if you don't feel like you have anyone in your life like that, find them.
Yeah. Or even if you can't find them, do things that will make it more likely that
to run
you
into
will
them.
Bump into that kind of person.
Yes, exactly.
Because a lot of the time, people are too busy with their own stuff. It's rough, but that's sometimes just how it is.
Yep.
So making a little decision, and sometimes it's just keeping your head above water with a little bit of treading and stuff.
Right. That's still something.
But it's still something.
Yeah.
So good luck out there. I throw out all my love to anyone that's in a situation even remotely similar to this, even if it's just
completely different,
or completely different, because changing the routine of your life in any way, it's not easy.
That's painful as hell.
Yeah,
because if it wasn't,
really
you would have done it already.
Yeah, and in this case, this one is a little bit of an extreme, but I don't think it's that uncommon.
Yeah,
they lost their
I don't think so
dad.
either.
They lost their dad.
Oh, yeah,
and that's something that's kind of glossed over in the story side of things. They don't talk about the emotional pain as much, other than that one shot that shows her crying. But we don't know how he processed that.
Oh yeah, he probably just sunk himself into video games.
He just
as a
lost
way to
his
cope.
feelings in the MMO. Yeah,
exactly. You know, and oh yeah, and then the fact that it wasn't just that she got involved in Mouse Road, but she actually got screwed over all those times before because she was in a desperate place and people took advantage of her. That sucks. So what are you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
NHK, y'all.
Yeah.
Welcome to NHK, but good stuff. And now let's get back on track with this Arrow game.
Yeah, hentai games.
It's called hentai.
And it's hard.
Yes.
Yep.
So,
oh, man.
Y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there. And all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us and the community there about this show, about anime in general, all kinds of other stories like Jacob's book that he wrote.
That's right. So I wrote a sci-fi novel. It's called Battle Lines. It's awesome, and it's on Amazon. Wow. Bezos. Yeah. But so it's in hardback and ebook. Links in the description. If that's something that interests you, go check it out.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.